Hey guys, it's Jeremy here. I'm in on Music Meltdown, back with another video. We have for today, guys, is another album review. Discovery checking out the debut EP from the band Midnight Vice. Like I said, this is their first material they've ever put out as a band. They're formed in 2020 out of Tampa, Florida, so a really new band for sure. They're a traditional heavy metal, part of that new wave of traditional heavy metal scene. And I gotta say, guys, on the channel, if you've been watching my reviews, we've hit a string of like really good traditional heavy metal acts, and this one's right in the line, just as good as everything we've reviewed so far. So like I said, I think what happened with this band, this isn't technically a new release. I think the band originally released their album digitally only in 2023 in July, and I think once it's being picked up by the label, it's getting a re-release on like physical format. I believe that's kind of the story behind it. But let's jump right into the album itself. Like I said, debut EP. It's got 7 tracks in total, including the extra cover, and it's about just under 30 minutes in length. It could be considered a full-length album based on the time, because older albums like Rain and Blood are only like 28, 29 minutes. But it is classed as an EP. Like I said, 7 tracks in total. Starting with the album cover, really cool looking stuff. The dark kind of cover with the chains and the purple skull and the crystal ball and the logo at the top. Very cool looking stuff. This is just a really killer album, guys. The lineup in the band: Tyler Gray does lead vocals. Sam Bean is on guitars. Lakota Stafford on bass, and Dennis O'Sullivan on drums. And this is pretty much a throwback to that early '80s traditional heavy metal sound. It's everything you want from that sound. Soaring vocals, big riffs, shreddy guitars, clean guitar tone, really good guitar leads, dynamics in the vocals, well-written songs, super anthemic choruses, just everything you want traditional heavy metal to be, guys. Starting off with the tracks, it opens up with Strike in the Night, which might be one of my favorite tracks on the album. Really high intensity, really good song to start the album with. It's got that kind of blast beat, kind of really intenseness to it. The vocals on this album, if you like, it's very old school. Rob Halford or even King Diamond, like this guy hits like some really high falsetto notes. He doesn't sing in that octave like through the whole thing like King Diamond does. He kind of has layers all over the place. He sings in the low register, and then he'll kind of pop it up into this crazy high register during the chorus or during certain parts, just to kind of give it that punch. He does some kind of almost like, not guttural, but he has like a vocal fry in some parts. It gives it kind of a raspy kind of sound. He does this kind of really gritty, bluesy, kind of sleazy hard rock kind of vocal in some songs. He's got a lot of dimensions to his voice, adds a lot of flavor to the music. Really like his vocals. He's got a lot of arsenal in his vocals. He can take it to a lot of places. He's definitely not a one-trick pony. He's got a lot of skill in his vocal range for sure. And like I said, the opening track, high energy, really good tune. A couple of the tracks, like Baptized by Fire and Deliverance of Steel, really reminded me of like kind of mid-'80s, late '80s kind of glam metal, that kind of more catchy, clean guitar tone, soaring vocals, kind of catchy kind of feel, kind of that sleazy glam rock kind of feel. Kind of felt like it could have been a song by Motley Crue or something like that. But overall in their sound, I hear a lot of influence from like the really traditional bands like Maiden and Priest for sure. I definitely hear Priest a lot. Savatage is a big one, and not surprisingly because they do have the cover at the end from on the end of the album for their Savatage cover. And I also hear a little bit of Motorhead when he kind of gives a more gruffy kind of sound, and the intensity in the drums and the tempos in general. I hear a little bit of Megadeth mixed in there, a little bit of everything. Mostly traditional metal, but really cool band. Like I said, every song's pretty much a banger. My standout tracks would be Strike in the Night. I like Deliverance of Steel. Then a little bit of heavier songs, got more of a crunchy riff, and he does a little bit more grittiness with his vocals and kind of a more harshness to it. Spellcaster is a really cool song too. It's got some really killer riffs on that one as well. And Excalibur is a good song. There's a couple parts. I think that's the song where There's a couple parts at the end of each phrase where he kind of goes high, kind of on each phrase. It kind of has a weird sound to it. That's the only kind of gripe I can think of from the whole album, to be honest with you. The production's really good. Everything's pretty well balanced. The guitars are heavy. The drums are definitely punchy and hit hard. This is just a really, really fun, anthemic, heavy metal album. I love every song. Just a really, really, really strong EP to start these guys off. For a ranking, I would give it, I'd say a good solid 8.5 out of 10. It's a really, really good debut. If you're not familiar with these guys, please check them out. That's kind of half the reason why I decided to still review the album, even though it's not technically a new release. Just because it's such high quality, and I just wanted to bring more people's attention to it, and so they can kind of check it out if they want to. I definitely want to pick up a copy of this on CD for sure. Really killer stuff. So please check out the album, guys, if you're not familiar with these guys. They're on Bandcamp. Again, they're on Rock of Angels Records. So you definitely check them out over there as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more great album reviews. I'm going to be reviewing the new Frantic Amber album, the new Benediction album, and a couple more underground bands that you might not have heard of that are coming up as well, so stay tuned for those. So thanks for watching again, guys. Keep it metal.